It's heating up on the ice. We've got two Canadian teams going head to head. The Vancouver Canucks and the Calgary Flames are facing off this Saturday, January the 29th. I'm Allie Burns from Picks Parlays, and we are now sponsored by Caesars Sportsbook. Check out the description of this video and get yourself hooked up. For all new accounts, they'll match your very first bet up to $1,001. And if you're in the state of New York or Louisiana, they're going to match your first deposit up to $1,500. It's a killer deal, or you can always just make your way over to Caesars Sportsbook app and use the promo code MORNING. With me today, I've got NHL expert handicapper Scott the Bulldog Rickenbach. How's it going, Scott?
Going well, Allie. Looking forward to this huge Saturday card of hockey action. How about you?
It is a good day for hockey on Saturday. I will say that. No Saturday football, so we got to look to something else, right? Rickenbach, you're on fire with our free picks. You're 16-4 with our free picks. So I'm looking forward to your read on this game. We've got the Canucks at the Flames. Flames for minus 190, a little bit of a steep price for me there. And the total's at a 5.5. So what's your best look on this one?
Well, first thing, Allie, is I would be careful. It is a pricey line, and I don't lay big juice like that, but I would be careful in attempting to fade them here because I'll get more on that in just a moment about them. But Calgary's been looking really good and they're off a loss here, so that's something to be mindful of. But here's the look at this. Vancouver is expected. Well, they do have both Thatcher Demko and Halak, their two goalies, their two main goalies, are now back from COVID protocol. Now, what that means is that we're probably going to see one of them in net on Saturday, which would seem like a good thing because these are their top two goalies. The reason it's not necessarily a good thing is because they could be rusty. Each of these guys were on the COVID protocol list, have missed some time. And again, if Vancouver goes to another option, you're talking about their third or fourth string goalie. So none of the options are really good for Vancouver in terms of goaltending here. And that could be an issue against a Calgary team that has looked really, really good. Now, I know they're off the 5-1 loss at St. Louis on Thursday. So the reason for that, though, or an excuse for it, if you want to ask Calgary about it, they had hammered St. Louis when they faced them up in Calgary, and that was a revenge spot for the Blues. The Blues came out very, very hungry, and they took care of business. Prior to that game, though, Calgary, I've been watching a lot of the Flames lately, and Calgary has been playing very, very well. They got their lines rolling well. Multiple lines are getting it done, and that's why in their last 4 games, they had won 3 of 4 and average scoring 5 goals per game. And when you look at this total, it's only a 5.5. 10 of the Flames' last 12 games have totaled 6 or more goals. Vancouver, 5 of their last 7 road games have totaled 6 or more goals. When you have a total of 5.5 and you got numbers like that, you've got me leaning to the over in this game, not just leaning, but really thinking to make an investment here in this one. And the other thing about this one is Calgary is one of the higher scoring teams in the league on the season. Both these power plays, Vancouver, the Canucks, and the Calgary Flames, pretty solid on the power play. And then you look at the Canucks penalty kill, atrocious on the season, one of the worst in the league. So we're going to see plenty of goals here. And one final note about this is that, no, it's not like the rivalry of Calgary and Edmonton because they're in the same province, but BC is just one province over from Alberta, and these guys are pretty nearby teams that don't like each other that much. We'll see a pretty spirited game with a lot of energy on the ice, especially with Calgary coming off that loss. So I'm looking for goals aplenty in this one.
I like your look on it. Are there any two teams that do like each other in the NHL?
Well, this is true. They really don't, but there are matchups that definitely have more animosity than others, and this is one of them that'll lean a little bit more toward being a pretty aggressive game from that standpoint.
Well, hey, that's what I like about hockey. That's how
Yes.
we're doing this here. So like I said, you're 16-4 on our free picks, but over at picksandparlays.net, you're number 1 over the last 30 days, and you're number 2 all of the over 2022. So basically for the whole year, you're number 2 on our site. So people at home, you definitely want to get hooked up with Scott's best bets. You're going to do that at picksandparlays.net and use the promo code YEAR, YEAR, is going to save you 20% off all of his best bets, whether that's a 1-day pass, a 3-game pass, a week-long, month-long, year-long subscription. Get yourself hooked up with Scott the Bulldog Rickenbach. And until then, we're going over that 5.5 when the Canucks take on the Flames.